Okay, we're doing our Miss Generation video, and we are going to be discussing some of the things we saw in the video. So one of the first questions is, girls, is what most surprised you about the film?
The fact they were advertising women as sex, like brainless sex people advertising food.
That men can treat us like
Anything but professionals.
yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Bad.
Like, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel cheapened, or like you don't, the only thing that's going to matter is whether or not you look like a sex object, or you can't be used for your brains, or what?
They think that we don't have brains for women. All we see is boobs and ass.
This is true. Okay, so have you ever felt misrepresented by the media? And if you have, what way are you talking that you feel like you've been misrepresented?
The fact that some of the weathermen that are on TV were talking about the weather girls and how they dress and sexually harassing them.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, huh? What about the advertisements where you're eating a Carl's Jr. burger and it's like drooping down there? It's almost like they're having sex with it. Cheyenne, what do you think?
I think it's wrong and they should not do that.
What about the Burger King ad where they showed, you know, it was almost like it's a penis going in their mouth? It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, that's pretty misrepresenting, I think, of us. I don't think women,
Should be treated like that, because if we can't treat men like that, then why would
Right?
they want to treat us like that?
so in what ways do you feel pressure to conform to the media-generated images of what it means to be a man or a woman? So do you feel like you need to be like, you know, dressed provocatively when you go to a job interview, let's say? You think that's the only way you're going to get the job?
No. That's just a way to like skimplify yourself.
Usually they don't care whether or not what we're wearing. It's usually a background, no matter what.
But
So what
some
about-
jobs aren't like that.
Some jobs have a perverted aspect.
What about where they showed the girls, it takes them like 2 hours to get ready to go to the mall when they're 11? I mean, do you think that it should take them 2 hours to go to the mall when they're 11?
It shouldn't even take them anything. You just need to change your clothes and walk out the door.
Yeah.
But why is it? Because they are following what media is saying. You need to look like this, walk like this,
Yeah.
dress like this for the guys to
Plus
notice you.
they're also trying to be older.
Yes, they're always trying to act.
And why are
older.
they trying to be older? Where are they
Because-
getting the images from?
High schoolers, older siblings.
It's from the video it
Yeah.
showed the media.
Yeah,
That's
and-
what's sad.
Off the internet, like Twitter, Instagram.
Exactly.
YouTube.
Yeah, they're watching all the older girls on there. It's sad.
Because they don't think for themselves. They want to be copycat.
How about what is one step you can take to change the way media portrays women and girls and men, for that
Change
matter?
the generation by teaching them a different format of
What
accepting
generation?
women.
Now's generation, or
Our next generation.
Our next generation, like
you think
our
it's too late for
kids.
now's generation?
It's way
Yes,
too late.
because they're all copycats. There's no hope for them. I'm sorry.
You don't think they
Any
can
girl
stop?
that you can
You
look
don't-
at on the street that you think might be 20 is always 13.
They're always younger. They're always
This is
reading
true.
younger.
It's hard to tell anymore how old the girls are.
So to
Because
change the
there's-
generation that our kids, you can change.
But how would you
it.
change it? Would there be laws that? What would you do?
No, you would have them learn differently, like set up a type of class or something, or teach your kids by yourself
Mhm.
that it's not okay to be like that.
Do
To
you-
always be themselves, not copycats, older people.
So more education then.
Yes. More education.
You think there's too late for now's generation? You don't think there's anything we can do to change the way they do their advertisements? If somebody stands up against something enough,
No
they
one's-
can change it.
No one's going to be interested in that.
No one's, because sex sells. It always has sold. But it's just getting more risque
All
and
the
younger and younger in age. It's
all the
disgusting.
kids want to have sex now, so anything
Just like-
that appeals to sex.
Well, I don't agree. I think kids have always wanted, it's a normal progression from children to adulthood, but
But the
as
younger
far as wearing
kids,
clothing and acting promiscuously has changed to younger ages. Yeah, I agree.
It's getting into
Elementary
elementary school.
Because of the media. What you see on TV, what do you guys see in commercials?
But now it's too
Our
late.
shows, our comedy shows, are practically having sex on television. I never saw that when I was a kid. I watched the Waltons. They didn't do that. And I grew up okay. I think they should take that back off.
They should put all the old cartoons and teach the kids differently than how they do it.
So what are some ways that you'd like to see the media better represent you? Do you want to see them only represent you as sex objects, or do you want to see them represent you as smart leaders? Very good.
And able to accomplish bigger goals like men
Right.
can accomplish.
And you guys can, so what about the money? Do you think you should be paid equally?
Yeah, just because you're a woman doesn't give them the right to treat
If we
us
work
differently.
But women are
Because there's
paid
a right
less.
that we have to be equal.
As long as we work as hard as the guy does.
Women sometimes work harder because they have to work around sexual harassment.
That's true. That is very true.
So they should get paid an equal amount as men.
Because of the sexual harassment they have to go through.
And what they went, yeah, they go through a lot of stuff.
So what about, how do you feel about, women always having to look younger, they have to do all this stuff to their face, the media, the women on the news channels. The guys, they get a little bit gray, they look, like they have some wisdom, but the women, they'll be tossed out. And they'll bring in a
Because
new
they don't
younger
know what
model.
natural beauty looks like.
How do you
No one
feel
will give
about
it a
that?
chance.
Do you think it should always be women be taken over by younger women, or we should accept women that we actually age?
Women just like to be fake.
I don't think
That's
women
the
at
point of
all. I
being
don't think
positive.
women in general see the fact that they have
Their own
age.
natural beauty and they don't.
They just
come
want
to
to be
the-
younger no matter what. They don't
Because
want
the
to grow
pressure that
old. Not
younger is
just
better.
that, but also
Yeah.
people don't want to see themselves grow old.
Or have the conclusion that we all get old.
Go great.
We get beautiful as we get older. We get wiser as we get older. We don't need to be skimplified as we're in our 90s. That traumatizes me.
The little grandmas all out there in their,
Plastic surgery, fake boobs.
Mom's
Doesn't
housewives.
hurt.
yeah. How can we change our cultural mindset to be more accepting of women in leadership?
Accept them more.
So the cultural mindset. So most of the time, the men don't believe women can be leaders,
They should give
CEOs,
them
when in fact some of the
chances.
best leaders in some of the companies are women.
Yeah,
Because we're very dedicated,
we're more organized.
organized.
It's fun.
But
But if you were to give us a really hard job, say if it was a competition between a man and a woman and you had an equally hard job, the men would probably get it done faster, but it would be all splotchy and unorganized. That's where women come in, to where they are organized and all pretty and pink.
pretty and pink. What do you think as far as helping women, cultural change, how women should be in leadership?
That they can be a leader. No
And
matter
how
what
can
anyone
you,
says.
by educating the public or by what?
Yeah, because women have a lot to offer to the communities.
Not just sex.
Yeah.
Shoot, if we didn't have any women, there wouldn't be any men.
There would
Because
be
there wouldn't be any
children.
babies.
Without women, there's no kids. Without men, what?
That's right. So,
You good?
I think we are done. This is it for the Smith Pettit video. Thank you for joining us.
Stitch.